Good afternoon. My name is Patricia Sattler, and I'm the principal at Mercy High School. And I have the distinct honor of welcoming you here this afternoon as we proudly celebrate our class of 2024 graduates in this beautiful venue. I would first like to take just a moment to sincerely thank our parents and guardians for choosing Mercy High School, and most specifically for allowing the faculty, staff, and administration at Mercy to walk along this journey with your daughter through these most formative years of her educational experience. We would also like to acknowledge the family and friends that are here, for you to know that the encouragement and love and support that you have given to your graduate throughout this time is also very much appreciated by this student, and she very much knows that you will continue to hold her in your heart and close in prayer as she moves forward and embarks on her next journey that God lays before her. It is very much an honor for me now to invite to the podium with me to join us our Student Council Executive Board.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests. My name is Sage Johnson, and as Mercy's Student Council Executive Board Chair, it is my pleasure to introduce my fellow board members, Isabel Ame, Kennedy Dobson, and Grace Aaliyah. It is our privilege to introduce Mercy's Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Shelley Bajorek. Mrs. Bajorik's profound love for the arts has inspired the entire Mercy community. Her dedication and innovative teaching has ignited a passion for creativity in countless students, transforming her classroom into a hub of vibrant artistic expression. Please welcome the Mercy 2023-2024 Teacher of the Year.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Shelley Bajorek, and I teach speech and theater at Mercy. It is my privilege and honor to act as your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Before we begin our program, I ask that you please silence all cell phones, and out of respect for the significance and dignity of this event. Now, would you kindly remain seated and silent as the 79th graduating class of Mercy High School, the class of 2024, and its faculty assemble for the last time. The 79th annual commencement of Mercy High School is hereby convened. I ask everyone to please rise and join the graduates as they sing America the Beautiful. The words to the first verse can be found in the box at the bottom of the program. Mrs. Abha Deering will lead us.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Please be seated. On behalf of Mercy High School community, the administration, faculty, staff, and students, I cordially welcome you this afternoon to share in the celebration of this very special event. I will now invite Mr. David Hall, proud father of 3 Mercy alumni, Mercy High School Board of Trustees president, and our official voice of the Marlins for the past 19 years, to offer prayer for the Mercy community. Mr. Hall.
It's quite an introduction. Thank you. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, for reaching of this end and for this new beginning, for the joy in finished aims and goals and the evidence of winning. Have mercy on these graduates as they bask in their successes. Please guide them to their destinies and show them love that blesses. We ask for you to lead each one through missteps they may suffer on the road to gaining wisdom, finding faith and hope that buffers. Please touch each heart with joy and peace as commencement gives promotion, and fill each life with love's increase of strength and deep devotion. For this eager class of graduates, be ribboned with diplomas. Please bless them at this starting gate with all the keys they'll need. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our president, Dr. Cheryl Krieger. Dr. Krieger's life and career have been immersed in education. She began her journey as a student at Mercy. She later became a teacher, then a principal, then superintendent, and finally returned to Mercy 14 years ago as our president. Dr. Krieger is completely dedicated to the entire Mercy community and can often be seen at our student games and events, supporting the Marlins in all that they do. Please welcome our president, Dr. Cheryl Krieger, to do a reflection.
Thank you, Mrs. Bajorek. Well, good afternoon, honored guests, esteemed Board of Trustee members, faculty, and staff. We joyfully gather today to honor our graduates, the Mercy High School class of 2024. The presence of so many today is such a joy to our honored seniors. I know that many of you hail from far away, including other countries and other continents. So thank you for being part of our celebration today. This long-awaited moment is finally here because of the support of families, friends, and all those who care about our graduates. Now, graduates, I will address you. Greetings, accomplished women of Mercy High School. This is your triumphant moment, and it is a testimony to all you have accomplished. I remind you that together you earned $6.5 million in scholarships, accumulated over 11,500 hours of service, and that 9 of you will play college sports, an unheard of number from a high school. This past year, with your leadership, we won 3 state athletic championships, put on a world premiere production of Frozen, and this production was second to none. You received recognitions for the Lohr Yearbook, Newsprint, Scholastic Art Awards at both the national and state levels. You participated in national forensics competitions, earned mock trial and state robotics awards. You progressed to the state quiz bowl championship, and your leadership was outstanding. Many recognitions also were gotten for your knowledge of our languages. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you. I now have some thoughts to share about your experiences, your Mercy education, and then I will present a challenge to you. First, a slight detour down my memory lane to develop a context for what I'm going to say. During my time at Mercy High School, I had the privilege of taking art from Sister Mary Ignatius, who created all the beautiful mosaics that you see throughout the school. Another part of Sister's legacy was the wisdom she imparted each and every day at the beginning of class. One time, as we all gathered, she took a step back and stated with emphasis, "After you take art, you will never be able to look at the world in the same way again." How true that is. But I'd like to expand that thought to say to you today, after you experience a Mercy education, you will never be able to look at the world in the same way. How true that is and will continue to be for you. Why, might you ask, is that true? What is so remarkable about a Mercy education? One answer is that you are armed with the Mercy values and all you need for the future. You are inspired by faith. You understand the importance of faith and a personal relationship with God. With God, all things can be accomplished, and He has plans for you. From Jeremiah, I quote, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Do not forget that there is a specific and unique plan for you. Continue to pursue life with God as your center, from whom all actions should spring, as Catherine McCauley stated so clearly. You have had the experiences of religious studies, worship, daily prayer, and retreats. Pledge to further your faith and experience further what you did at Kairos. Always know that God loves you and will look after you. You also possess educational courage. Your excellent academic education, complete with the challenges that you experienced through COVID, and the effort you put into learning go without saying. You accomplished much and established yourself as a learner under adverse conditions. You can always learn and will always be a learner. Continue to be curious. Go forth boldly. Challenge yourself always, as you were challenged at Mercy. You also are aware clearly of the critical concerns of the Sisters of Mercy, including women, racism, the earth, immigration, and nonviolence. You are aware of the work to be done, and you cannot ignore it. Next, you are a voice for dignity and respect. You know that God is in everyone. You understand the importance of relationships and recognize the humanity in all you meet. Through relationships, so much can be accomplished. Develop, appreciate, and honor them. See God in every person you meet. You also possess principled leadership. I ask you to recognize your unique gifts and put them into action with faith. Lead from where you are with your well-developed moral compass. Little and unknown acts of courage change the world, and you have opportunities each and every day. You don't have to be the president, yet you may be. You don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner, yet each of you has that potential. Now the challenge. Truly look at your gifts, and you have many. Look at the world through the lens of a Mercy education and see what needs to be accomplished. Form relationships to get the work done and make God part of your life. As a closing thought, I offer Psalm 60. Let your mind be guided by truth, your heart informed by mercy. Then you will know peace and joy. May God bless you, and may you know you are always part of the Mercy High School family. Remember, the world needs women of mercy today more than ever. Now, my sisters, go forth and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Krieger. Mercy is proud to now recognize our outstanding 2024 valedictorian Alexis Rounds and salutatorians Julia Holt and Maura McSweeney. Each will share inspiring words with you today. To begin, I would like to introduce Julia Holt. Mercy is grateful for Julia in her sharing her outstanding talents with us through Merciers and our performing arts productions. She is varsity tennis co-captain, Mimes Club student director, link leader and commissioner, vice president of the International Thespian Society, One Love retreat leader, scouting lead for First Robotics Team, National Honor Society member and participant in the Junior Classical League, where she has earned distinguished proficiency awards. This is all while pursuing a rigorous curriculum, including 7 AP classes, resulting in a 4.0 GPA. Julia is 2023-24 MHS AA Scholar Athlete and a commended student in the 2024 National Merit Scholarship Program and will graduate with summa cum laude status. Please welcome salutatorian of the class of 2024, Miss Julia Holt.
Thank you, Mrs. Bajork, for the introduction. Good afternoon to the Mercy board members, present Sisters of Mercy, administration, faculty and staff, parents, families, friends, and of course, the class of 2024. I would like to thank everyone who made today possible and everyone who has supported us for the past 4 years. It's an honor to address you today. Something I will miss about Mercy is having a consistent morning routine. Wake up with 10 minutes to get ready, brave the ever-changing highways on the way to school, sprint into the building before the 8 a.m. bell, and most importantly, do the daily Wordle and connections. It's honestly inspiring to see how committed some Mercy girls are to maintaining their streak. For those of you who don't know, the Wordle and connections are both a part of the New York Times Games. A new puzzle is posted each day. In the Wordle, you try to guess a random 5-letter word with only 6 attempts. In the connections, you are given 16 seemingly random words, and you have to discover what connects them, sorting them into 4 groups. In this speech, I would like to talk about the connections. At first, the connections can be very intimidating. The 16 boxes with random and sometimes obscure words in them can be a lot to unpack. There are no hints or head starts, no clues telling you what categories you should try. Everyone starts the puzzle in the same place with the same limited information. Nevertheless, you eventually have to start trying out categories. When we started at Mercy, we also knew nothing. But instead of trying to make sense of 16 words, you had to choose between 40 clubs, 21 sports teams, and countless courses. We didn't know who to talk to in our classes, where to go on off hours, or how to do our iExplore homework. We didn't know the difference between North Hall and South Hall, and E Hall was a complete mystery. No one gave us the cheat code to Mercy or told us the right way to spend our 4 years. Each of us had to make sense of this intricate puzzle on our own. Each of us had to find out who we wanted to be and where we fit in. This task was a daunting one, and back then it seemed impossible. But just like in the connections, we had to start trying things. We ran for student government, auditioned for the fall play, and joined sports teams. We went to football games and dressed up for spirit days. We talked to new people and formed important friendships. We found people and places that felt like home. Though we still got lost in the hallways, we no longer got lost in the chaos of high school. However, the connections is never completely straightforward, and you rarely solve the puzzle with 0 mistakes. Sometimes, in the connections, you may be convinced that 2 words go together, only to learn that they were meant to be in different categories. High school was definitely not easy, and speech is not easy either. You may have had a certain friendship or relationship and you thought it was meant for you, only for it not to work out. You may have struggled in a certain class or felt overwhelmed by school. You may have felt alone, unable to see where you fit in. However, looking back at our 4 years, I hope you can see how every mistake and heartbreak was necessary to make us who we are today. Despite broken hearts, messed up sleep schedules, and cracked iPads, we all made it through and hopefully learned from those experiences. Once the connections is solved, you finally see how everything fits into the puzzle. Even if it's not what you pictured in the beginning, it's beautiful to see how it all works out in the end. However, life isn't always as easy as the New York Times connections. Everything doesn't fit into 4 simple categories, and the stakes are much higher. But in life, we are allowed to make more than 4 mistakes. Though this next period of our lives is a whole new puzzle for us to crack, I want you to remember how far you have come. I hope you can see how every struggle has made you stronger and how every false step has made you who you are today. So, to the class of 2024, though we may have started as 140 seemingly random boxes in a Zoom meeting, we now all share one common thread. No matter where life takes you next, we will forever be connected by our shared beginning. We will always have these 4 years together. Never forget the friends you have made and the lessons you have learned. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck. I know you'll accomplish great things. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Next, salutatorian Maura McSweeney. Maura shared her abundant gifts with us as National Honor Society officer, newsprint co-editor-in-chief, varsity mock trial co-captain, and Girls and Money club leader. She participated in various athletic teams, including 4 years of field hockey, Youth Mercy Associates, Debate Club, and Spanish Honor Society. Representing Mercy in a larger leadership capacity, Maura accepted the roles as Business Professionals of America chapter leader and was impressively elected Executive Vice President for the Business Professionals of America State Association. This all while pursuing a rigorous curriculum including 7 AP classes and graduating magna cum laude. Please welcome salutatorian of class of 2024, Miss Maura McSweeney.
Thank you for the introduction. Good afternoon, Mercy board members, President Sisters of Mercy, administration, faculty and staff, parents, family and friends, and of course, my fellow graduates of the Mercy class of 2024. I am honored and privileged to have the opportunity to speak in front of you today. Before I begin, I want all of us to take a deep breath and truly take in this moment. Graduating high school is an important milestone that each and every single one of us should be proud of. Don't forget that. Now, when I first found out that I was going to be giving this address, I was super excited but stuck. I didn't know where to start. How does one sum up our entire Mercy experience in a short 5-minute speech? And that was when I started reminiscing of everything that our class has gone through together and overcome in order to graduate today. We are graduating today because the world didn't end. We are graduating today because the world didn't end when we had to log on to Zoom over and over during our freshman year, not being able to truly connect with our classmates. We are graduating today because the world didn't end when we failed that one math test or when we started the English paper the night before it was due. We are graduating today because the world didn't end when we had to balance college applications, senior year schedules, and extracurricular activities, all while trying to enjoy our final year of high school together. We are graduating today because the world didn't end when friend groups changed, hobbies shifted, and we changed as people, students, and young women. But despite all of these challenges, you are here. When you look back at your Mercy years, you won't remember crying over that one test or homework assignment, or staying up late finishing that AP Spanish culture assignment the night before it was due. You will remember that you struggled, but also that you persevered. There is beauty in the struggle. Let me say that again. There is beauty in the struggle. As all of us look ahead, whether we are attending college, taking a gap year, or going to trade school, our paths are not going to be easy. And I won't lie, it's scary. We will all be faced with challenges and setbacks, but that is life, and that is what makes it a little more interesting. Think about it. Would the sport you play be fun if you mercied every other team over and over and over? Would Quiz Bowl be rewarding or challenging if they asked you easy questions that any competitor could answer? Would forensics, mock trial, or even robotics be fulfilling or rewarding if it was easy and you didn't have to put any work into it? Sure, maybe you will have temporary gratification while you hold that trophy for 5 seconds as it is passed around, or when you get those points in Quiz Bowl, but you will never be able to really see your hard work come to fruition, which is often the real reward and what makes it all worthwhile. The challenges that are presented to us are there for a reason. They help us grow, they help us learn, they teach us lessons. They change the course of our lives, leading us to where we are supposed to be headed. I mean, you know what they say, rejection is redirection. Even though these challenges can be discouraging, remember that God always has a plan and will always be your co-pilot through every challenge you face. If you haven't gotten anything from the speech yet, take this one thing. Each challenge in your life culminates to who you become as a person, but you have the power to decide what person you want to become. While I may sound like a broken record that you have heard a million times before, How you react to a situation truly defines your life. Throughout your life, you will face unavoidable obstacles that you have no power over, but you can always control how you react and persevere through the situation. I once heard this quote and it stuck with me. Our reaction to a situation literally has the power to change the situation itself. Whether you choose to give up because a situation may seem too hard or requires too much effort, or you choose to persevere through the situation despite being tired and despite being defeated, your actions will determine the outcome of the situation. Along this journey, you will make mistakes as you face these obstacles, but that is okay. Take each mistake as an opportunity to grow. And with that, don't let the fear of making mistakes or facing challenges prevent you from achieving your full potential. As you head into new stages of life, take those chances, make those mistakes, and take on new challenges. As you have your whole life ahead of you, so take a hold of it. Finally, most importantly, remember that the world didn't end and the world won't end. Life's treasures are made up of every experience you have, every person you meet, every success you have, and especially every challenge you encounter. There is beauty in the struggle. As we take on new challenges, the foundation that Mercy has helped us build will carry us through the good and bad times. Your Mercy sisters, myself included, will be there for every bump in the road, so don't be a stranger. What you have achieved at Mercy is a testament to all that you are capable of and is evidence to all that you can and will accomplish in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Maura. Lastly, I would like to introduce our valedictorian, Alexis Rounds. Alexis has been active as a Human Relations Council representative, National Honor Society officer, Focus Hope representative, One Love workshop leader, and has been impactful in leading us in song at Mass. She has participated in the International Thespian Society, Merciers, and the Spanish Honor Society. Alexis successfully completed a rigorous curriculum, completing 5 AP classes and graduates magna cum laude. I'm very proud to now introduce your Mercy valedictorian of the class of 2024, Miss Alexis Rounds.
Thank you, Mrs. Bajorek. I would like to begin my speech by saying good afternoon to all Mercy board members, present Sisters of Mercy, administration, faculty and staff, parents, families, friends, and of course, the amazing and honorable class of 2024. I am incredibly grateful to God, my parents, siblings, friends, teachers, and mentors, and everyone else who has shaped me to be the person before you all today. I truly would not be in this position without all of your support and guidance, so I thank you. I would also like to express my gratitude to everyone here who has decided to come together to celebrate this special milestone, as well as my fellow graduates with whom I have shared these past couple of years. Looking at all of your beautiful faces, my heart is filled with pride and joy, knowing the obstacles we have overcome these past 4 years and the success we have achieved. Congratulations, we did it. As I began writing this speech, I recalled one of the very many times during high school when I sat with my mother searching for advice about a conflict. I was stressed, indecisive, and was longing for the knowledge of how to overcome my current situation. After giving me the advice I so desperately needed, my mom added something interesting. She explained how when she felt conflicted or inconclusive, she prayed. What stuck with me most about this moment specifically is what she prayed for. She told me that she prayed and asked God for wisdom. That is what stuck with me, and that is what I would like to talk about today, wisdom. The word wisdom gets used a lot, but I'm not sure that we have truly been able to understand its meaning. Mary Catherine Bateson said, "Wisdom is not what we know, but what we are willing to learn." To me, the definition of wisdom is relating core knowledge to our own personal perspectives and experiences in order to positively and soundly make decisions that will define our lives. And with these decisions, we will be able to establish genuine relationships, strengthen our mentalities, and find security in the known and the unknown. Wisdom allows us to find peace and reliability in our choices, no matter what the outcome of these choices look like. Also, there is a clarification I feel is crucial to understand. Intelligence is not wisdom. A person could have the highest level of intelligence possible, but still lack wisdom. Well, how do they differ? My father used to tell me that being smart shows you what you want, but being wise will show you what to want. Being wise is knowing what to do, but wisdom will show you how to do it. Being smart is being able to celebrate the yeses in your life, but having wisdom will allow you to find strength in the no's. Intellect is a skill. Wisdom is a foundation. And that foundation, my classmates, is the key that will be monumental as we take this next step into our lives. As this day so steadily approached, I, like all of us, have thought about what the next chapter in my life would look like, and a question creeped in the back of my mind. What are you supposed to do when your future is right in front of you? Ever since I was younger, I always thought of college as a big step that seemed miles and miles away. But today, I believe it is obvious when I say that the door between us and our futures is a tiptoe away. And I know some of us are nervous about the uncertainty of the future, while others are exhilarated and ready. And for others, they may feel a mixture of these emotions. No matter how you feel, I advise you to explore this next chapter of your lives with the key of wisdom. Our future is right in front of us. So, how do we face it? Take that key of wisdom, unlock the door to your future, and leap. Our futures are here for us to explore, and with wisdom, we can choose how we're going to explore them. This step from high school to college is not the only door that will be opening in our lives. There are countless events, interactions, and choices, both big and small, that will create doors shaping us into the people we will become. And with that key, that wisdom, we are able to determine which doors we desire to unlock as we step into our future. I want to thank one more time my mother, my father, my sister, and my brother for being the wisest people I know and showing me the level of wisdom I hope to obtain someday. We often associate wisdom with age. The older you get, the wiser you become. We've heard this phrase before. But I would argue that this is the best time to get wiser. I ask everyone in this room to not postpone your growth by focusing too much on what lies ahead of you. Wisdom is what we will use to open our doors, not what we wait for behind them. And so, my fellow graduates, as we move into this next chapter of our lives, I urge you to leap into your future. And when you do so with wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis. Moving on, we will present the diplomas. We ask you to experience this time with respect and dignity. As the seniors walk across the stage, we ask you to listen in silence to the words each one has chosen to represent her feelings this special afternoon. Those chosen quotes lend a unique elegance to our ceremony. Please refrain from shouting, cheering, whistling, or making noise so that you can hear the final statement of your daughter and all her Mercy sisters. Each graduate has truly earned this moment, so please let it be one with grace and dignity. A time will be offered at the conclusion for us all to gather in a joyous, audible celebration. Please note, a professional photographer will capture the moment when each student receives their diploma. Information about ordering that photo will be posted on Mercy's website. You may certainly take additional photos, however, we ask that you remain in your seats. Dr. Krieger, the Board of Trustees, and the faculty now ask that you confer the diplomas earned by the candidates here assembled. Mrs. Patricia Sattler will assist Dr. Krieger in issuing the diplomas. Ms. Colleen McMaster, Associate Principal of Academic Affairs, please present the candidates for diplomas.
It is my honor to present the class of 2024. Ruam Abraha.
You don't become what you want. You become what you believe.
Addison Sophia Abraham.
Live your dreams. Be brave enough to live them according to your vision and purpose, instead of according to the expectations and opinions of others.
Sydney Elena Ackerson.
Believe you can, and you're halfway there.
Isabel Amasomi Ame.
Do your little bit of good where you live. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world.
Hannah Elizabeth Akins, magna cum laude.
How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard?
Sienna Marie Apriliano.
I know what I'm going to do tomorrow, and the next day, and the next year, and the year after that. I'm going to see the world.
Bailey Amanda Armendariz.
God has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness. Trust Him and never give up.
Anaya Louise Catherine Baker.
It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves.
Asia Suzanne Barbado, magna cum laude.
Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail.
Brooke Elizabeth Barker.
Limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Joy Gabrielle Aquila Blakey, magna cum laude.
I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise it won't be boring.
Caitlin Nancy Blash.
If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Maya Jane Bortman, cum laude.
You have to dance a little bit before you step out into the world each day because it changes the way that you walk.
Ellie Rebecca Boris.
Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will succeed.
Hannah Nicolette Brox, cum laude.
I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you hope, a future.
Catherine Burris, magna cum laude.
Love still as once you loved, deeply and with patience. Let God and the world know you are grateful that the gift has been given.
Angela Marie Butler, magna cum laude.
Don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered.
Zeta Simone Carter.
Being human means you will make mistakes, and you will make mistakes because failure is God's way of moving you in another direction.
Julie Alyssa Castillo.
My experience has been that my mistakes led to the best things in my life.
Edie Marcial Kunick.
I do not and will not fear tomorrow because I feel as though today has been enough.
Kate McGill Chapel.
The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot.
Milena Gabrielle Chevalier.
Why do what every other person is doing if I want a different outcome than everyone else has? Be relentless in your pursuit of greatness.
Joy Ann Coleman.
After all, one can't complain. I have my friends.
Kathleen Mary Cascarelli, magna cum laude.
You're still young. That's your fault. There's so much you have to know.
Caitlin Renee Cronin, cum laude.
Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence.
Allie Avery Sirik.
Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will succeed.
Carly Marie Dalu, magna cum laude.
Beginnings are usually scary, and endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living.
Lily Elizabeth DeGrenier, magna cum laude.
It is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his garden. It became a tree, and the birds perched in its branches.
Kennedy Alexandra Dobson.
May he give you the desire of your hearts and make all your plans succeed.
Catherine Marie Doyle, magna cum laude.
The only rule is don't be boring and dress cute whenever you go. Life is too short to blend in.
Grace Gina Aaliyah, magna cum laude.
Life is about finding yourself, embracing your strengths and weaknesses, and being true to who you are.
Olivia Grace Enquist.
Celebrate endings, for they precede new beginnings.
Addison Marie E2, magna cum laude.
Hold on to the memories. They will hold on to you.
Tegan Lindsay Farrow.
The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Sophia Rose Ferrari, magna cum laude.
What necessity is there to dwell on in the past when the present is so much surer, the future so much brighter?
Sarah Grace Flynn, magna cum laude.
Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher.
Gianna Maria Fracassa.
But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon. He made a balloon and he grabbed onto it.
Sophia Rose Gallia, magna cum laude.
We have to dare to be ourselves, however frightening or strange that self may prove to be.
Elena Susan Garza, summa cum laude.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
Carly Alexandria Goebel.
The greatest glory in living lies in never falling, but in rising every time that we fall.
Elena Gorioka.
When one door closes, just go open it. That's how doors work.
Margaret Mary Green.
The life you live is more important than the words you speak.
Mia Alexandria Gus.
We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are.
Audrey Ellen Guyett.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. He comforts me.
Grace Nanette Haley.
Go into the world and do well. But more importantly, go into the world and do good.
Asher Samara Harris.
There are times when it feels the world is happening to you. Remember, you are happening to it. Make what you want happen. Tomorrow is not promised.
Bridie Joan Hart, magna cum laude.
Expect to address me as boss in the future.
Alana Elizabeth Harville.
Your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead.
Nia Haynes.
Every great dream begins with a dreamer. You have within you the strength, patience, and passion to reach for the stars, to change the world.
Kate Heeman.
Love many, trust few, and always paddle your own canoe.
Amelia Rosario Higgins, cum laude.
I don't know what my future holds, but the world is wide and I want to make some memories.
Julia Joy Holt, summa cum laude.
And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make.
Erin Marie Onyiyachi Ikwache, cum laude.
There will always be people waiting for you to fail. Leave them waiting.
Sophia Noel Ivezai.
It's not a question of who we are, it's a question of who we choose to be.
Madison Capri Channing Jackson.
Rest in peace, Papa. I will continue to love you and show you that I'm brave. Thank you for watching over me.
Zahra Fatima Jamil.
It's always funny till there's a quiz or a test. Then it's not funny.
Shreya Alice John.
Going out into the world reminds me that I'm not the center of the world, in a good way.
Sage Elizabeth Johnson.
Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise.
Sienna Marie Jones.
The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you.
Sydney Rena Jones.
Now hotter by 1 degree.
Carson Miller Keskis.
Don't be afraid to give up the good, to go for the great.
Hannah Therese Kennedy.
For tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun.
Bethany Amani Klug, magna cum laude.
We spend so much time being afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, but regret is the thing we should fear the most.
Jessica Lane Kohler.
When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go.
Annabelle Margaret Christensen, magna cum laude.
It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do.
Sophia Marie Kulish.
A dream is only a dream until you decide to make it real.
Lana LaFontaine, magna cum laude.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Lena Catherine LaJoy, magna cum laude.
If it's to be, it's up to me.
Amelia Mary Lampy, magna cum laude.
God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day.
Genevieve Helen Lonnie, summa cum laude.
Work hard in silence. Let your success be the noise.
Faith Lauren Lapham.
She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future.
Miranda Joy Lebednik.
There are reasons each of us are born. We have to find those reasons.
Haley Lipscomb.
Not all goodbyes are sad. For example, goodbye school.
Abigail Vivian Losi, magna cum laude.
Sometimes resilience arrives in the moment you discover your own unshakable goodness.
Ellery Linnea Long, magna cum laude.
A mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it is not open.
Annika Sophia Lopes, magna cum laude.
We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty.
Ava Jane Lorraine, magna cum laude.
And the universe said, "You are stronger than you know."
Elise Lowry.
I deserve this today. Today, I deserve this.
Emanuela Lumai.
The only way one can own their future is to be in unison with the one who holds the future.
Isabella Page Madgwick.
Sometimes you are so focused on the future that you don't realize you're in the middle of what you used to pray for.
Lindsay Angela Mariano.
Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong.
Maura Elizabeth McSweeney, magna cum laude.
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
Mackenzie Nashe Miller.
Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path.
Helena Mary Nager.
All the things that you're afraid of will come and they will go, and you'll be all right.
Brinley Marion Nay.
Whatever you do, do it from the heart for the love of the Lord and not for people.
Olivia Rose Nazareno, magna cum laude.
Good times become good memories, but bad times make good lessons.
Natalie Ann Niemer.
You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending.
Claire Elizabeth Oliver.
Do your best every day, even if it's not the best ever. It's your best for that day, and that's what matters.
Anna Irene Oro, magna cum laude.
You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
Lily Ann Page.
No matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to leave behind.
Sophia Mary Pollock.
No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart, so continue to be the light.
Emily Pham.
I'm going to go stand outside, and if anyone asks, I am outstanding.
Naomi Caroline Pizecki, magna cum laude.
Love and success, always in that order. It's that simple and that difficult.
Ella Sadir Puda.
Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier.
Peyton Michelle Price.
Passion first, and everything else will fall into place.
Dorothy Joy Propson, magna cum laude.
The beginning is always today.
Madeline Grace Rates, magna cum laude.
Don't be afraid to give up the good, to go for the great.
Jillian Christina Reap.
Enjoy the moment. Don't think too far ahead because it will never go to plan. Sometimes the unexpected is where you're meant to be.
Micah Kristen Rogers.
And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God.
Alexis Rounds, magna cum laude.
Pay no mind to those who talk behind your back, for it means that you are 2 steps ahead of them.
Lily Ann Rosum.
God's plan is worth the wait.
Riley Sienna Rudolph.
In time, our future unwinds a canvas of destiny where our purpose binds.
Sophia Angelica Santana.
I made you from light so that you may be a guide to others through darkness.
Morgan Elena Sarafa.
I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Isabella Jean Scott.
Love goes unappreciated a lot of times, but you still gotta keep giving it.
Ravel Sema.
Those who leave everything in God's hands will eventually see God's hands in everything.
Monet Jordan Shepard.
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
Morgan Jade Shepard.
There are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart.
Raphael Linda Sherman, magna cum laude.
You're only here for a short visit. Don't hurry, don't worry, and be sure to smell the flowers along the way.
Leah Elizabeth Singler, magna cum laude.
Just because you don't know what you want yet, it doesn't mean that there's nothing to want.
Abigail Regina Slangster, magna cum laude.
Success is often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable.
Daria Angela Smith, cum laude.
Please don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere.
Chanel Smith.
The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory.
Savannah Marie Sneed, summa cum laude.
The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go.
Ariel Marie Savern.
Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it.
Anna Gabriela Spinopoulos.
Let all that you do be done in love.
Isabella Stanzel.
It was the end of a decade, but the start of an age.
Ren Dorothy Stojakovic.
Kindness in
Magna
words
cum laude.
creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love.
Victoria Ferranda Straub.
You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Kiera Catherine Mander Strether, magna cum laude.
What lies behind us and what lies before are small matters compared to what lies within us.
Nadia Lee Shuba, cum laude.
If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have, you'll never have enough.
Janaki A. Tarver.
The only way to get what you want in this world is through hard work.
Jordan Thomas.
If there's a will, there's a way. If there's a Quizlet, there's an A.
Ryan D. Toussaint.
A star is a rock that never gave up on its dream to rise.
Mako Kethrel Trosio.
The beauty of life lies in its unpredictability. Embrace the journey, for each moment is a precious gift.
Kelsey Rose Vandenberg, summa cum laude.
When in doubt, go to the library.
Zoe Celia Vlahathamis.
Someday, everything will make perfect sense. So laugh at the confusion, smile through the tears, and remind yourself that everything happens for a reason.
Lola Addison Valter.
Let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality.
Carrington Wash, cum laude.
God will guide me as I make a difference in society. Education is my passport to the future. I will travel far through God's plans.
Morgan Grace West.
You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
Sophia Lyman Wilker.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Elise Michelle Wilkins.
Don't allow people to dim your shine because they are blinded. Tell them to put on sunglasses.
Kennedy Christina Williams.
Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories.
Madison Mackenzie Williams.
Once you become fearless, life becomes limitless.
Megan Joyce Wyndham, cum laude.
Fight for what makes you optimistic about the world. Find it, insist on it, dig into it, go after it.
Morgan Grace Yono.
Success is not the absence of failure. It is the persistence you showcase through failure.
Josie Jung, magna cum laude.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Mercy's class of 2024.
We love a response like that in the theater, so congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, board members, Sisters of Mercy, parents, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2024, thank you. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here today, and I cannot express enough just how much being named Mercy High School Teacher of the Year means to me. The fact that I get to share my passions each and every day with the most incredible team, supportive administration, and the most unbelievably talented and dedicated students is truly a dream come true. My deepest gratitude to each and every person whose kind words led to this nomination and title. It is because of you I stand here making my Detroit Opera House debut. Thank you. But now, the reason why we're all here. Class of 2024, you did it! Today, we gather in this beautiful theater to celebrate a huge accomplishment in your lives. Many of you may still be in disbelief that you made it past freshman year. The 2020-2021 school year is one that will go down in the history books. Masks, social distancing, swivel, hybrid learning, the one-way traffic made your transition to high school even more complicated. Many of you came to Mercy 4 years ago filled with emotions. Perhaps you were nervous. Would you find your classes? Would Zoom work? Would your teachers be kind? Would you make friends easily? Maybe you were excited. Perhaps you were looking forward to homecoming or playing a new sport or joining a club. Maybe you were looking forward to Wellness Wednesdays. Those were the days, weren't they? Chances are you were overwhelmed. So many new things to learn, so much new information coming at you, and so many unknown challenges yet to come. Perhaps you're feeling similarly now as you face life after Mercy High School. Who will your friends be? Will your classes be difficult? What if you get homesick? What if you get lost on campus? Are you going to be successful? What if you're not? But do not get caught up in the what-ifs. Take solace in the fact that you have already accomplished difficult things. You have already succeeded. You made it to this very moment. You have survived all of the hardest moments thus far. I would like to mention that you have not just survived, but thrived. The honors convocation was a testament to that. The honors, awards, recognitions, and accomplishments of this class is remarkable. So as you look back at the last 4 years and look forward to the next 4 years and beyond, remember the challenges you faced, the hardships you overcame, the victories you made, and the memories you will cherish for years to come. As I stand before you, on this beautiful stage, one that has seen so many productions come and go, I would be remiss if I didn't mention how much theater parallels life. I know, of course, I could make this analogy. Well, you may not be a theater kid. In fact, you may have run at lightning speed out of the performing arts hallway after speech, never looking back, but I promise you, whether you play golf or field hockey, are active in robotics or mock trial, whether you are a Youth Mercy Associate or in an honor society, this will apply to you. Go on the journey with me. In your life, much like actors on stage, you will take on many roles: child, student, sibling, parent, or professional. Each role will have its own set of requirements and expectations. Each role can teach you valuable life lessons. Each role can challenge you in its own unique way, sometimes in ways you would least expect. It is your choice how to interpret your role, how to play it, Actors strive to move audiences through their laughter and tears. We, as the player in our lives, can only hope to lead gracefully, faithfully, and impactfully. After all, theater, much like life, is a collaborative form. During all the stages of your life, you will encounter many characters. Some will encourage you, some will challenge you, but they will all teach you valuable lessons. Theater people are their own unique band of characters, and maybe that's not your tribe, but you can surround yourself with a cast of supporting and inspiring individuals. Find your people. Seek out relationships based on trust, respect, and mutual encouragement. Strive to be impactful by showing grace and humility while allowing others to be seen and heard. Together you can and will create something truly extraordinary. In theater, actors are given a script. That script acts as the blueprint of the world of the play. While you may not be blessed with a scene-by-scene breakdown of your life, you have indeed written your own unique story and continue to do so through your actions, your choices, and your experiences. You have learned, too, that life doesn't always go as planned, but we know from theater, one must learn to improvise. One of my favorite scenes from the sitcom Friends teaches the importance of the pivot. Sometimes that is life. You are resilient, you are flexible, and you will make it work. Next, a play is divided into scenes and acts, similarly to the stages and seasons of life we all endure. One very influential pop star, Miss Taylor Swift, has even marketed her entire career and tour based on these eras. Throughout life, we change. We evolve, we grow. We have our own character development, and new settings and supportive characters emerge. In the years to come, you will find yourself in new places with new friends and different roles. You may find yourself back at Mercy, perhaps as a teacher or administrator, or even as a parent. But believe it or not, your Mercy High School student era is coming to an end. I look forward to learning where your next act takes you. In life, our audience may be our family, friends, colleagues, or society at large. You will be praised and applauded, but there will also be critics. Take their words and their opinions and use those things to grow, to adapt, to improve. But do not get caught up in the negativity. Remember, another person's opinion of you is none of your business. Hopefully, your audience is supportive and encouraging, but never be afraid to listen to your own voice, trust your instincts, and follow your passions. When I was at Wayne State University, earning my BFA in acting following my own passion, I learned a valuable technique that I still use to this day. It was developed by Robert Cohen, renowned theater director, playwright, and critic. Although it was created to give actors a better understanding of a scene, these skills can easily be utilized as a roadmap in this play we call life. So I give you the acronym GOAT, G-O-T-E, not G-O-A-T. To begin, the G stands for goal. In a scene, an actor needs to know their goal. Why am I here? What am I trying to accomplish? What do I want? Without these goals, a scene becomes stagnant. The audience will get bored. Without goals in our life, we lack direction. Goals give us the focus we need to be successful. In life, you will have many goals, some more challenging than others. Picture them. Close your eyes. Let your imagination run wild. Why are you here? What are you trying to accomplish? Once you know, I encourage you to write down your goals. Write down every goal you have, big or small. Write it down in detail. Give them a time limit. Be specific. I know it sounds silly, but there's actually science behind it. According to a study done by Dr. Gail Matthews at Dominican University, those who write down their goals accomplish significantly more than those who do not write their goals. Next, the O stands for obstacle. In scene work, an actor needs to find their character's obstacle. Something is always standing in the way of the character achieving their goal. Sometimes the obstacle is physical. In the musical Into the Woods, Rapunzel's prince encounters the obstacle of a very tall tower. Sometimes the obstacle is other people. For example, in the play Radium Girls, the main character Grace is constantly fighting powerful corporate leaders to get fair treatment for factory workers. An obstacle can even be oneself. In The Great Gatsby, Daisy struggles between life with her husband Tom or her former love Jay, as well as the impacts and sacrifices that would come with that decision. As you journey through your life, you will encounter obstacles. Your obstacles may be physical, financial, or time-oriented. Perhaps you will have people in your life standing in your way. Or even more concerning, perhaps you are standing in your own way. Just as important as it is to determine your goals, don't be afraid to vocalize who or what is standing in your way. Once you determine the obstacle, you can move on to tactics. Tactics are my favorite part of Cohen's technique. Tactics are the how. How are you going to achieve your goal? How are you going to overcome your obstacle? I challenge my actors to find playable tactics, to fight, to coerce, to overpower, to deceive. What is your playable action? What do you plan to do to overcome your obstacles? You are at a pivotal moment in your life when you are going to be taking more ownership of your life and your decisions. Choose carefully how you proceed. Make a plan. What if your first tactic fails? You have all heard the cliche, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Your first tactic may not always work. Be prepared with a backup plan. Lastly, the E stands for expectations. This is the easiest one to remember and probably the most important. Expect to win. Expect to get what you want. Expect to accomplish big things. You must play to win. Believe in yourself. Your God-given talents are what sets you apart. Can you imagine if Ryan Gosling played Noah as if he didn't believe he would win Noah Allie back in The Notebook? Or if the Avengers walked into every battle as if they thought they would lose? Or if Dan Campbell allowed the Lions to go on the field thinking they would lose? Know your strength, your character, and your potential. Share your passions. If you come to the table defeated and ready to lose, your energy will show this. Manifest positivity and success. Picture your name on the dean's list, or landing that internship, or on stage with an audience standing in ovation. So as you take your final bow, remember that life is a continuous cycle of new beginnings. Each ending is an opportunity for a new act, a new adventure. Embrace your goals and obstacles with an open heart and a curious mind. Don't be afraid to try many tactics and always expect to succeed. Your journey is far from over, and the world awaits the brilliance you have to offer. As the curtain closes on this scene of your life, celebrate your achievements. Acknowledge your growth and cherish the memories you have created. Do not forget, however, that your legacy is not just defined by your accomplishments, but by the impact you have on others. The greatest performances are remembered not for their perfection, but for their ability to move and inspire. Strive to leave a lasting impression, to make a difference in the lives of those around you. To the graduates of 2024, take a look around. Never again will you be in the presence of these exact same people, celebrating the same milestone. Breathe in this moment. Graduates, the stage is set. The spotlight is on you, and the audience is eagerly anticipating your next act. Go forth and dazzle them with your talent, your passion, and your unwavering spirit. Break a leg, class of 2024. I would now like to invite the senior class officers to the podium who will present the class tribute.
Mercy High School, as you know, is a school steeped in tradition. At the conclusion of graduation ceremonies at Mercy's original location on Outer Drive in Detroit, the graduates would process from the auditorium through the Rose Arbor to the Grotto of Mary, the Mother of Mercy. This tradition will continue today as we, the senior class officers, present flowers to Mary, symbolizing the characteristics which make this, the class of 2024, unique. The rose that I, Carly DeLue, will present to Mary represents the gratitude we all have for Mercy and for each other. During our 4 years, I'm sure we've all felt a wide range of emotions about our school and the people in it. But I hope that as we all look back on high school, we can see the mosaic of both positive and negative experiences as the things which have made us who we are today. Years ago, we walked into Mercy with a blank canvas, but standing here today, we each have a unique masterpiece composed of colorful memories behind us. We all have something to be grateful for from the past 4 years, whether it be the love from our families, the support from our friends and teachers, or the food from the Mercy Caf. It is our gratitude that will determine what we allow ourselves to accomplish as we move forward in life.
Today, I, Kaylin Cronin, on behalf of fellow class officer Miranda Mulligan, who cannot be here today, will present Mary with the rose representing our class faithfulness. Psalm chapter 46, verse 5 states, "God is within her. She will not fall." At Mercy, we cultivated a strong faith as both individuals and as a community. Whether it was the gentle exchange of peace at Mass with our advisor group, attending retreats, or starting off our morning and ending our day in prayer, we were all witnesses of God's growing love within the Mercy community. These experiences have enriched our friendships, helping us find comfort in the many, and I mean many, challenges we have experienced these past 4 years. Our faith has guided us to accomplish so much, and we will continue to do so wherever we end up, and we will forever carry the power, diligence, and intelligence God has gifted us in our hearts.
With the memories we have created comes the friendships and bonds we made. This rose, which I, Elise Wilkins, will present, represents the friendships our class has formed with each other during our 4 years here at Mercy. 4 years ago, we started this journey as strangers or only knowing a few people. However, as the years passed, we created lifelong friendships and memories which we will cherish for the rest of our lives. We are bonded over the fun and joyful moments throughout our 4 years, but the hardest times at Mercy are what truly makes our friendships strong. As we enter into the unknown of college, we carry these friendships we have formed with us and know our sisters will always be there for us. Because as we always say, once a Mercy girl, always a Mercy girl.
The rose that I, Bridie Hart, present to Mary represents the countless memories we have made here at Mercy. Some good, some bad, but we wouldn't trade them for anything because these memories were made with our sisters. The best gifts are not anything you can buy in a store. They are the memories we create with the people we love. All the smiles, laughs, tears, hugs, triumphs, failures, and comebacks, they are all the best gifts we could ask for. These memories will stick with us forever. Most details of these memories will fade, but we will never forget the feelings brought with each one. Our friendships with our Mercy sisters will come and go in our lives, but the memories will always be with us, no matter where we are.
The final rose, presented by myself, represents the aspirations of our graduating class. Throughout our 4 years at Mercy, we have aspired to achieve many things, whether it be making a varsity sports team, being cast as the lead in the school play, or attaining the grades we have always wanted. Our goals and aspirations at Mercy have pushed us to be our absolute best. Today, we realized that as hard as it may be, we can make it to the end, no matter how long it may take or how difficult it is. The end of this chapter of our lives is near. And if we can make it this far, nothing is stopping us from what is paved on the road ahead. Our lives are like a story. With graduation comes the ending of a chapter and a final page turned. The future is incredibly bright for all of us, and it will be full of aspirations and achievements to come. It is our aspirations, our hopes and dreams, that will live on as we leave Mercy and make our impact on the world.
Thank you, officers. And now, would the Merciers please assemble? Since Our Lady of Mercy is the patroness of Mercy High School, we conclude this celebration with the Merciers, who will sing the Ave Maria. Thank you, Merciers. I now declare the 79th annual commencement of Mercy High School concluded. We ask that you please remain seated while the faculty and graduates process out of the theater. The graduates will exit the Opera House on either Broadway Street or Madison Street. Please meet your graduate outside of the building. On behalf of my colleagues, thank you for entrusting us with your student for the last 4 years. Good afternoon, and God bless.
get past me? Yeah, I'm in the truck. Oh, okay.